Welcome to episode 14 of Bakemonogatari. We're getting close to the end, but of course there's a lot more in the franchise after this, but we're getting close to the end of Bake and Tsubasa Cat. Black Hanekawa has emerged, so we'll see what happens now. I'm excited to get into it, see if it concludes here, and then we have like an epilogue next time, or if it extends into the next one. I don't know, so let's watch and discuss. I've got the subtitles and the timer up on the screen if you want to follow along, or you can pull up the episode on your own. But either way, let's watch 14 in 3, 2, 1, play. Helicopter. Okay. What a beautiful start. Yeah, indeed. Just hang around and talk about it. Oh shit! Oh, just got him tied up on there. On the roof. Yeah. The stress is what brought it back on. It's just repressed. Yeah, enough stress came back eventually, piled up. The headaches. Would have been nice to have the information. A lot, probably. Him, school, home. That's true as well, like, for it to have built back up to this point rather quickly, there's gotta be more to it. And I feel like Araragi's relationship with Senjogahara is at least a part of it. You can't really totally deny that, I guess. Sure. No. No. What? Yeah, she was at the donut shop. We don't know where she is right now, or what Oshino was doing before we got here. Everything goes wrong all at once, so there's something obviously happening with Shinobu now, too. Like a plate of donuts out to bring her back. So yeah, how did she get away? Like, what happened? Okay, a journey of self-discovery, huh? Okay. What's that about? That's interesting. That's kind of more interesting because I have no clue what the hell's going on with her. Yeah, I want to see what's resolved with Hanekawa, but at least like we've got her here. She's tied up. We're making progress. But with Shinobu, that's very mysterious. I want to see what the hell's happening with her. But yeah, while the OP is playing, let me say that if you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel. Bakemonogatari comes out every Saturday with new videos, other series every day of the week as well. Also, check out the description down below for links to Twitter and Discord. I really like the visuals of this. Obviously very different. But yeah. Anyway, Twitter, Discord, Patreon. You can get these videos early. Polls and vlogs and all that. Thank you. Whoa! Okay, we still get a little bit of... Okay. Whoa! Anyway, yeah, I like the visuals of this OP a lot for several different reasons. Um, damn. I love all the effort put into this show. How many different OPs have we had? That was awesome. Next episode, yeah, that's you usually put that at the end, but okay. So we are in part 4. We've never gone that far before. So now we've got a Shinobu hunt. So maybe we're gonna focus on her because like Hanekawa is restrained. So we got to go find Shinobu. That's cool. I want to know what's happening with her. So I'm fine with that. You gotta check Dunkin'. You gotta check Krispy Kreme. Mayoi, hello. Nice. She said it right, but it was written wrong. So hey, it's a typo. Meta joke. Yeah, get the search party. Everybody out on the hunt. A lost cow, snail, which is probably tough. Oh wow, look at the hello. Need you to help me find somebody. Just get the whole gang together. Get the squad. What's up with the band-aid? Okay, you do that. I would imagine so. What? Anyway, interesting outfit and everything going on with her. This whole situation. Weird. It's like you want me to look for another girl? Oh no. Oni-chan? Maybe she thinks, oh, if I can help him with this, that'll be good. But yeah, I'm glad that we got her on the line too. Haven't seen her in a little bit. Kanbaru is one of my favorites. What is happening? What is with this like flashing light? Okay, arcade. Sounds fun. Are you gonna ask Senjogahara? Or are you gonna leave her out of it? Nice. That is the closest we've come to getting a crowd shot in this show. The closest we've ever come to seeing background characters. What? That's it. I'm on it. Why? I mean, sure, but why? I won't object. I'll just ask. And all the people, all the domino crowds. Okay, we're talking to her as well. But yeah, like, are we gonna coordinate? Like, everybody take a different quadrant of the city? The hell are these names? Um, Made the connection right away. There was nothing necessarily implying that, but she assumed it and was right. Oh? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, she did. They ditched school and left her in charge. A tank? Okay, yeah, you handle the cultural festival. Good luck. Okay, thank you. Of course. All right, so we got 4 people to go out and search. You better come back. And she's gone. Did she just escape and run off somewhere? Whoa, where? Whoa, we saw her older. Hi. That, the pajamas, they're not on all the way. Okay, just got out. He had to know that would happen, right? Seems like he maybe kind of is leaving it to Araragi, kind of letting him try handling it himself. Yes, indeed. All right. Oh, God. Blah. No. Oh, my God. Jesus. What? Oh, it was cute. It was just insanity. Okay, so what are you gonna do this time? Right? What is she gonna do to relieve the stress? Okay. She'll help too. I don't know what that means. Is that a saying? All right, yeah, that's helpful. I guess she's got a really strong senses, so let's see. She's just completely, leave that hanging off the shoulder. Let's not bother, and let's do this again, the exact same position we were in with regular Hanekawa, except now it's also a cat, so it's even crazier. And also, she just did that. Hi, but it was worth it. Yeah, exactly. Even though they're the same boobs and you already had them pressed against you before. No. All right, I didn't expect them working together to find Shinobu. I didn't think that's what we would be getting this time, but that's cool. Oh yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. Oh yeah. She's just climbing on everything. He's filling her in on everything that's happened. Yeah, I don't know about like getting along with you exactly. I think she was pretty straightforward with what she's trying to tell you. And when she climbs those lampposts, is that like literal? Anyway, I gotta. We'll talk about it later. The way it looks is like she's literally climbing up the light itself. It's really cool. Donuts? Okay. It's kind of interesting hearing the perspective from an oddity. And about the relationships between them, because we know so little about Shinobu. Is that something vampires can do? Just when you say disappear and reappear, do you mean turn invisible or do you mean like teleporting? Yeah, you're seeing her as a child. We might not see any more of the other girls on their search. Seems like they're gonna maybe be the ones to find her just because we're focusing on them so much. Yeah, just kept bringing new girls to the place, walking by her. Could be. Just brought all these new people, all these new oddities. You're just seeing her as an ordinary little girl. Well, that's not what he's focused on. He needs his regeneration ability, though. He puts himself through a bunch of shit. But that's not what he focuses on or cares about. Yeah, there has to be other ways. It can't just be that one thing. Exactly. I was thinking that too. Like, other than just draining the energy, there has to be a way to actually just address the actual problem. It's gonna tell him to break up with Senjugahara or something. I love this setting with the clouds and the wind and all this shit, all the lights. Yeah. That's going to be very surprising to him. But that's it. That is the main cause. That's not that simple. And he's like, Oh shit. Wow. Well then, I guess I gotta wait for the finale. See how the hell we resolve that one. But for now, I'll just listen to the OP. The ED, because it's good. Hope the OP is the same next time, those visuals, because I really like that a lot. But yeah, okay, so we have a chase for Shinobu. That might not actually be going anywhere. I don't know if we'll find her or not, because now they're talking about other ways to solve the problem, and that doesn't seem like that's going to happen, so maybe we can solve it in a different way. The other girls are out searching, so I don't know if we'll see any more of them. Maybe one of them will find her. But we'll see what the preview shows. They don't usually show very much, but we'll see. It's the finale, so... Which feels weird. It doesn't feel like I should be at the finale already. But, we're about to do it. Alright, so... Here they are up here. Whoa, things are getting heated. Okay, we're just focusing on them. Whoa! Alright, there's a lot of emotion happening. It's just showing them on the roof and them talking to each other. Okay then, Tsubasa Cat Part 5. Well, I'm excited. Whoa, okay. Anyway, let's talk about that one. All right, episode 14. Only one episode after this, and then we're done. Except for all the rest of Monogatari that exists. So, yeah. But I really enjoyed the opening of this episode, both literally the way it opened, with the laughter going across the skyline and her being tied to the roof, and then the actual OP. The visuals were really great. I was really enjoying those. I thought that all looked really good. Some good fan service in there too, also in the episode. But yeah, that stuff was really good. And let me get it out of the way right now. The joke about the radio station thing from last episode that came back this time, I didn't get that at all. I didn't pick up on that. So I'm addressing it now so that you know that I know. But yeah, last time, that was a weird thing. We're in the middle of a serious conversation, and we just get sidetracked for quite a while talking about these people calling into this radio station about all this random stuff. And I said in that video, maybe that has some kind of greater purpose, but it felt like it went on a little too long. I didn't realize that the callbacks were happening in this episode because I just didn't remember exactly what was talked about with those radio station calls. I remembered that scene happened, but I didn't remember exactly what they talked about, and obviously I didn't remember exactly what their pen names were, their call-in names that they used. Finding out, the characters in the show, the other girls, are the ones who called in with those stories, like that's cute, but I just didn't remember those specifics. When Mayoi brought up the thing about the maids, I remembered that. I remembered hearing that before about maids. I didn't remember where I heard it, and I assumed that the place I had heard it was in the preview for this episode. I just assumed, because I remembered seeing Mayoi in the preview for this episode, so I thought maybe that's just one of the things that Karen and Tsukihi said to preview this episode, and I'm remembering it. That's just where my mind went, and I think that's rational enough. I also remembered the Daifugo, but again, I didn't remember the context. I didn't remember where I had heard it before. I didn't even really remember if it was in Bakemonogatari. I watch a lot of shows on this channel, and they're spaced apart from each other, so I don't remember exactly when the last time I heard Daifugo referenced was. So I remembered these things, I just didn't remember exactly the context that they were in before, and then I realized it. I found out after the fact, after I watched the episode, and I was like, oh, okay. Honestly, not worth it. Like, that is not a funny enough punchline for the amount of time that the setup took, in my opinion. And I think it's understandable, for me to not have remembered those details, because we are in the middle of something more important. There is a more important conversation happening between Araragi and Hanekawa, and we just get sidetracked to focus on that other stuff. That other stuff, which at the time has essentially no meaning or purpose whatsoever for the most part. And so you're kind of just like, okay, can we get back to the actual conversation? And the details of what was just talked about might not stick with you because that doesn't seem like it's important at the time. So I think it's understandable not to focus on that. That random side conversation from episode 13 was not what was on my mind in the slightest, or where my mind was going to go when watching this episode. And I really think when you have something like that, it needs to really stand on its own in addition to being set up for a joke. I don't really felt like it did enough in episode 13 to feel like that scene was warranted on its own for me personally, to be that interesting or funny to me personally. It just felt like, I guess it could be potential setup for something, it needs to feel like it has a good purpose now in addition to being set up. So I think it's understandable for why I didn't realize that. If you did, good for you. So I was just confused during those scenes. I was like, what are these names that he's calling them? But I really liked the fact that he called each of them and that we kind of got the whole squad together to go out on a search for Shinobu. I was surprised with the direction that this episode took, because the last episode ended with Black Hanekawa coming out, and I thought we would mainly just be trying to deal with her, but to actually go along with her on the search for Shinobu and that being our main focus is cool. This arc has had a lot of extra stuff to it. Of course, we had the whole episode devoted to Araragi and Senjogahara's relationship, and now we have a lot about Shinobu as well, which is definitely building up more for the future of the series, and that's cool. I like all the Hanekawa stuff, but I like that stuff being mixed in too. And in this episode, I was kind of more curious about Shinobu because it's so mysterious what could be going on with her, and I'm glad that we focused on that. I would have liked to have actually seen all of the other girls going out and searching for her. Maybe we will next time. I'm not sure about that, but at the very least, the little bit that we got, him calling all of them, talking to all of them in the way that he does, and getting their little jokes in there, was fun. I like that, and just learning more about Shinobu and how oddities work, and hearing it from the mouth of one of them itself, actually getting to hear an oddity's perspective on it, him just kind of palling around with one the way that he was with Black Hanekawa, because his mindset seems rational, like not hating the oddities because they just exist, they're just doing what they do. I don't want to get mad at them for it, like that's an understandable position to take, but something he didn't consider and I never would have considered. But it's interesting to hear her say that like they thrive and exist because of human emotions. It's like a lot of mythologies, if you want to look at an anime or manga like Noragami, the gods exist when people believe in them and pray to them and whatnot, and the main character is a god who worries that he'll disappear because he doesn't have enough followers. So it's that kind of thing, like people's perception of them make them into what they are. So for Shinobu, this powerful vampire, which is like the top of all the oddities, being treated like this little girl that Araragi just kind of ignores a lot of the times, it genuinely affects her. You know, he always brings new people to Oshino's place, and she's just like sitting on the stairs, and he just walks past her, and he's like, oh, that's Shinobu, and just doesn't really pay much attention to her, and so it makes sense, like it being a jealousy type of thing, and also just the way he views her as a little girl that needs protecting genuinely changes her state of being, which is pretty fascinating. I can't wait to learn more about their relationship and why he feels this way towards her, and that'll be interesting. That's Kizu, I believe, so that'll be pretty soon. But yeah, the other girls were good too. Like I said, with Mayoi, just the fact that he's asking her to help him find a lost child is funny because of the state she was in when they first met. Nadeko, weirdly sexualized, which, you know, her arc was kind of like that too, and so seeing a little bit more of that. Weird little detail with the band-aid on her elbow. Did I forget what that is? Is that new? Is that important? It seems like a weird detail to add, but it's there either way. Kanmaru at the arcade was really funny. Like I said in the reaction, that is the closest we've ever come to seeing background characters and characters who aren't important, but it's done in a really funny way, and I really like that whole conversation. That was enjoyable. And then Senjugahara's as well, and seeming maybe a little jealous at first, but then just basically trusting him and saying like, hey, I've got my job that I'm gonna do. I trust you to go do yours. Tsundere service. Good luck. Godspeed. And we have the root cause of Hanekawa's stress, in addition to the general things like the pressure at school, the horrible home life. You have the biggest thing that has really skyrocketed it recently, which is Araragi's relationship with Senjugahara, because she cares about him, she likes him, and now that he is taken, well, that adds a lot of stress to her, which really makes a lot of sense. All the conversation that they've had have really been leading up to that. And yeah, like throughout the episode, they're looking for Shinobu, and I was thinking that there's got to be other ways to handle this. You know, we've got to work on addressing the root cause, because Oshino talks about that. Like, yeah, the cat is the impetus here, but like the root problem is the stress itself. That's what brings it out. So we got to figure out what's stressing her out and trying to handle that issue. But of course, it's complicated. It's like, oh, well, you know, just fall in love with my master, fall in love with Hanekawa, and you can't do that, so I don't know what they're gonna do. I feel like there has to be a more nuanced solution than find Shinobu drains her energy, we've saved the day, but you can't go all the way to, I'm going to break up with Senjugahara and pretend to love Hanekawa, you know? He was so surprised to hear that Hanekawa had feelings for him. But yeah, we can't really do either of those, I don't feel like, so there has to be some kind of middle ground here that they're going to have to do, some kind of way they're going to have to resolve this, which should be very interesting. Oshino really seems to be letting Araragi figure it out and do it on his own, rather than telling him the answer. Black Hanekawa was a lot of fun. She's very sexy. The fucking tongue twister, it was weird enough when he said it, but then when she said it, I was like, what the hell are we, what are we doing here? I love the visuals when she's climbing all over the lights and everything, and like I already talked about, their conversation about oddities was really great, and the visuals of them on the roof in the heavy lights with the clouds and the wind, just the atmosphere of that scene was really great, and the lighting and everything, fantastic. And I like that she's not just doing the same thing as last time. Like, it's dependent on how Hanekawa is feeling, because of course she is there to help relieve Hanekawa's stress. So before, she went after Hanekawa's parents and then other people and was just going wild and draining energy and letting out her wild side. But here, this very specific cause of the stress, she is not doing that this time. So that's what I thought we would be dealing with, that she would go around trying to drain people's energy and we've got to try to catch her. But I like that it's going a different direction. We've got this whole search for Shinobu. I have no idea how they're going to resolve it, and then what's going to happen after that, how we're going to transition or lead into future story arcs and what those story arcs will be like. But I'm excited. It's crazy to almost be near the end of Bakemonogatari. And not just excited to see what's going to happen going forward, but learning about what's already happened. Like with all this Shinobu stuff, seeing what her powers were like at their peak, this connection with Araragi, all those details that I can't wait to get answers for. So yeah, we're almost at the end of this here, so let me know your thoughts on this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Check out the description below for all that stuff that's down there, whatever it may be. It's a great mystery. Go check it out. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.